What's up, and welcome to the Drake and Talk podcast. I am your host, Drake Ken, and today I got the mob, the Stallions, the Virginia Tech running backs. That's what they call us. We live from the stable today, and we got 6 special guests, and I'm going to start off with my dog in the top, Tyrone Stiff. If you can just, break down your years and what you're doing now.
Tyrone Stiff. I was at Virginia Tech from 96 to 2000. Got drafted by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Played with the Colts. Been after football, went and finished my degree, went back to Tech, finished my degree, got my master's from Regent University, and I've been teaching since 2007. Yeah.
Yep, my dog. We're gonna talk, and we're gonna talk about each one of these players, specific attributes, and how all of them was dogs, all of them was stallions. Like I said, live from the stable, and we're gonna move on out to Las Vegas to my dog. He was one of our big brothers when he came in, Mr. Aaron Lovers Lane. Talk to us, Aaron.
What's up, y'all? Yes, Virginia Tech Stallion from 93 to 97. After college, moved out to Las Vegas, worked in the real estate industry, worked in finance. Also I started to quit all of that. I became a bartender for a few years, made a lot of money. Went back into finance. When the pandemic hit, it really made me start to think about different avenues and different ways I can go. I had already invested in cryptocurrency about 2 years prior. So I was doing pretty well. And then that led me to get into the stocks and mainly the bond market and also the Forex markets, where now all I do is invest.
Collect checks. That's what you do. Collect checks.
You already know.
Hey, Lane, we gotta talk. Hey, Lane. We gotta talk.
Look at Ox. Look at Ox. Hey, let me go back to
Lane, leave.
Yeah, get out here. Ox gonna call you. But check this out. I'm gonna go back to Shot. What high school did you go to, brother? Let them know.
Western Branch High School in Chesapeake, Virginia.
Got you, Lane.
Oh, I went to Dr. Phillips High School in Orlando, Florida.
Doc Phillips, home of Ike Charlton, ain't it, in Lovers Lane?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. All right, and I'm gonna keep it moseying on down with my boy Wayne Ward. You all remember him from the crushing iconic hit on the West Virginia dude. He probably forgot his name by now from that hit. Talk to us, Wayne.
Hey, what's going on, fam? After college, man, from 97 to 2002 is the years that I played. Phenomenal years of my life. Once I left there, I came back home, got into teaching education through coaching. I coached for a couple of years as a coordinator, then got into a head coaching job for 7 years. I just recently, in 2020, walked away from the teaching profession. And now I'm launching my own business, so I'm very excited about that and seeing where it goes, man. So, man, it's good to see y'all boys, man. It's when you set that out, man, I was just excited. But I'm from Plant City, Florida, the Plant City High School, home of the Raiders. That's where I'm originally from. Peace.
No doubt, Wayne Ward. And another one of our big brothers, Mr. Marcus Parker, needs no introduction. Salem High School, the man, the myth, the legend is in the building. What's up, Mark?
Come on now. Keep it going.
The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Parker.
Fellas, what's going on, man? I hope everybody's doing good, man. High school, Salem High Spartan, no doubt. With the Hokies, 94 to 97. After Tech, man, I have pretty much been in Maryland my whole life. 4 years I was down in Charlotte, but other than that, I've been in Maryland, working in the IT industry. Got a family, raising 2 girls. Doing the whole dad thing, man. So life's been good for me, man. I can't complain, and it's great to see everybody.
No doubt, it's a beautiful thing, brother. And so we're gonna move over here to our big brother, the one that kept us in line as much as he could, Mr. Oxy Prime, Ken Oxendine.
What's the deal?
Hey, this is like everybody said, this is a great opportunity for us to get back together. We need to do this more as a unit. But I'm from Chester, Virginia, 10 minutes south of Richmond, went to Thomas Dale High School. Obviously, I was at Virginia Tech 94 through 98, had some, phenomenal, great years with all that. After that, was drafted by the Falcons and got an opportunity to play in the Super Bowl with them my rookie year. Ended up then playing in the XFL on the LA team. Ended up winning the championship out there as well. And then after that, went to marketing, and then I was like, I don't want to do marketing too much. It helped me in some pieces. I had an opportunity to go back to Virginia Tech to get my master's and to work in the weight room at the same time. Did that, got my master's, and then after that, I went into a career of coaching. Coached in the high school level, went down coach at Georgia Southern for a little bit. Then I went over to NFL Europe, came back and realized that ceiling was still there for a lot of people. So I didn't get in, and I didn't get in any college opportunities, didn't get any pro opportunities to coach, but had an opportunity to build a private school, build their sports fund. Became an athletic director, coached everything under the that you can coach there. Wore several hats. Was community relations director. You name it. And then then got tired of doing that sort of kind of, and still hit another glass ceiling. And then had opportunity to come back home. A guy that I ran into had said, "Hey, can you ever think about getting into the real estate world?" So I said, "Never thought about it." Thought about dabbling in it. So the last 3 years now, I've been a loan officer, but then also one of the things that I was able to really to do was put my hands on my nonprofit. And so I've had a nonprofit since 2006, helping kids connect the dots, adults to connect the dots, and then been playing with different things as well as just like Elaine been doing the Forex world and the crypto world and all those different pieces. And that's really a lot of the things that I'm doing now, just and raising two little people in the same breath. So yeah, but yeah, that's where I'm at now, and and loving it. Glad you guys together on this thing.
Yes, indeedy. Now, Mr. The Terminator. I'm telling you, he's the nicest guy you want to meet, y'all. Hey, don't he looking crazy? He look like he'll do you dirty, but he's the nicest guy you want to meet. But he'll still do you dirty if he have to do you dirty. But now, Jared Ferguson, come to us, brother.
Hey, my brother. I've been waiting on this. All right. So look, Jared Ferguson. I'm from. Mine's gonna be a little bit long. Grew up in Tidewater till 12. Then we moved to this little spot called Goodview, Virginia, right outside of Roanoke. Went to Stein River High School. Went to Tech from 97 to 2001. Got drafted by the Bills. When they ended up going back to Virginia Tech as an intern in the strength and conditioning world, and then I was been running ever since in that deal. I worked at Ohio University for a year, worked at University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill for a year. Then I went back to Tech, worked there for about 13 years under Coach Beamer, and decided to leave once Coach Beamer got out, and came back home, started a business called Steel Train Performance, aka Iron Palace.
Yeah.
Name it after Virginia Tech, our weight room there. It was a big influence on me. And through all those years, I was really good at knocking people down, but then I also realized I was really good at making children. So I've got 5 children. And,
yeah. Not those Stallions.
Got a little stable going on, cut.
Yeah, I got this thing going, brother. So I ended up, we moved back here to my hometown. And man, y'all ain't gonna believe this. I bought a farm down here. We hanging out, got some cattle, got a good hay field, still run my business. I teach strength and conditioning classes at Stein River now, and man, all I'm doing, man, I'm trying to help these kids get out there and afford them the same opportunities that I had coming up. And got a lot of monsters out there, man. Got some kids playing in college. All my seniors last year went to college to play something. and that's my purpose. That's what I'm about, right? Trying to help these kids get on the move and get on the next level.
Yeah, that's hey, that's Dre Sean is one of Jared's creations. So we give you your flowers while you're here for putting that on him a little bit, brother. We appreciate you.
All right.
Oh, we got the real myth, the best tightest running back in college football, Mr. Lamont Pegues.
The Goose.
What's going on, family? Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you good.
Yes, sir, we got you.
old man.
Oh, okay, man. Hey, y'all got jokes. I got jokes. Hey, you missed that. Hey, man, y'all know I don't like no running, but I'm gonna tell y'all a story that probably y'all already know by now. But yeah, man, I'm from North Carolina, man. Wound up going to Clemson first. Went down there, played for a couple of years, transferred over to Virginia Tech. Met all of you guys, man. A new family. Winded up from there, trying to go out for some teams, man. Got some calls here and there. Nobody ever called me back. So I had to, everybody know I had a daughter. So I had to figure out life real quick. So I was like, I got to go get a job. So I think I called Shy one day. He was at a Virginia Tech game. I said, man, I'm going to the military. He said, you know, they got to run, right? I was like, hey. So and my running journey started from there, man. So ever since then, man, I've been in the federal government, went into the HR world. Now I'm at the VA down back in North Carolina area, man, just grinding, getting my hustle on, trying to, make sure everything is going good with life. And then at the end of the day, my kids, as you know, I guess I was the first to have a daughter. You created a team, but I guess I started it. so yeah, I want my daughters, man, both of them, one of them graduated from Clemson this past May. The other one graduated a couple of years ago from another South Carolina school, but everything is going good, man. I love it.
That's dope, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
And as y'all can see, man, and you can hear, all these guys, man, not only were excellent athletes and excellent running backs, but they're excellent career people now. Now you guys, you owning businesses, got master's degrees, everybody's raising families, doing well, man, and it's a beautiful thing. But we're gonna go back now, man. Pre-kids, pre-gray beards, pre-ball heads, all that stuff. When we were young up in Blacksburg, man, and I remember Marcus Parker, Lovers Lane, and Oxendine when we first got there as freshmen. They took us up under their wing, man, and they showed us the love, showed us the way, showed us how to do things, and man, it really meant a lot to us, man. So I want to start the show off by saying thank you guys for making it comfortable for guys like myself and Shy and Jared, and like I said, y'all, hey, we're gonna get into it because we're gonna talk about then and we're gonna talk about now. But hey, it wouldn't be a Stallion show without the horse trainer, and we couldn't get him, Coach Height.
Man.
This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and start off. We're gonna tell our Coach Height stories, and I'm gonna let everybody run their stories down, and then I'm gonna tell mine in the end because we got a little time, fellas. So we just want to give everybody, the behind the scenes, and we want to talk real. We ain't sugarcoating nothing, man. We Hokies. We got a lot of stories to tell. I'm sure if we wanted to, and if we had the time, we can sit here for 2 days and just talk. Yeah. So, Shy, I'm gonna go ahead and start with you, man. Talk about our pops, Billy Height.
Okay, the first story that comes to my mind was first game against Akron. So Oxendine was starting. So I don't know why I came to the game because they already told me. No, matter of fact, they didn't tell me anything. I just came to the game. So we had a little walkthrough, and everybody was going back to the tunnel to change, go back to the hotel. And he stopped me. He was like, "Well, you're not playing in the game, right? We just bought you to get a feel, of the atmosphere, so you don't be shell shot shit next year, So I'm like, yeah, red shirt me, I'm fine, no problem. Just like we did Michael Vick.
Yeah,
he didn't play that first year. We just brought him on.
Just travel, yeah,
on the game.
Yeah.
So basically, that's how they did me. So we get in the game, Of course, Oxidine gets hurt. I think Shelly.
Yeah.
They had Gildersleeve with you too.
Gildersleeve went in at running back first.
Yeah,
okay.
Right,
yeah. Then he fumbled like 1 or 2 times. Then Shelly got in and he fumbled. So I'm just like drinking Gatorade, like, man, we in trouble. Like, then all I heard say, Stiff, get your goddamn hammer. You're going in the game. I'm like, what you mean going in the game?
Who cuss you out to put you in the
game? So I'm just like, yo, is he for real? So he's like, you go in that game, you hold on to the ball, blah, 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 blah. At this time, I just hear his mouth. I just see his mouth moving. I'm like, stuff is toning out. I'm just getting to, in my mind, I'm about to go in this game. And, I know the plays, but I'm about to really go in here with Drunken Miller and Coons and
God bless
the big horses on the front line. I can't mess this up.
Yeah.
So and then like after the game, there's another. No, that's it. And then he's like, "You did a good job, man. You did a good job. You hit onto the ball, this and that." But yeah, that was the only time Coach Hype really scared the mess out of me that time right there. Because I was just like, talking about getting the game.
No doubt.
But that's this PG story I can tell about Coach Hype.
I know it's a whole lot of already this out here, man. Hey,
right.
We got a heck of an editor, man. You know how to beat. So do what you do. Lover's Lane. Lover's Lane, man. I'm telling you, Lane, you been, bar none, hands down, the flyest, freshest, coolest running back ever to come through Blacksburg. You was rocking that polo and all that sweet gear back in the early 90s, man. So talk to us a little bit about your encounters with Coach Hype, man.
Okay, let me add on a shot. You probably did. I don't know if you don't remember, but the reason why you actually went on that trip was because of me. I got in the doghouse because I missed most of Tuesday practice because I had a grade issue. And then Coach Hype was like, "Nah, you ain't traveling." Whoa. And that's why they took you and Gildersleeve.
Yep.
That's what happened. That's why you went.
Didn't know that.
I didn't even know that part.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Wow.
Yeah.
You missed that. You got some great partners, so they're gonna give you creative dance. I had it.
Oh man.
No, man. I remember when I first got to Tech in the meeting room. Coach Hype, he comes in there with a cup of coffee. He always had a cup of coffee in his hand.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, "Damn, Coach, you drink coffee?" He's like, "Yeah, whatever." He's like, "Yeah, you see my coffee?" He said, "Look at it." So I look at it, and I'm like, "Damn, man, you ain't got no cream in there, nothing like that." He was like, "Nah, I like it black, just like my women." Man, I'm a big dude, man. Oh, man. And one thing about Coach Hype, man, that the later running backs, y'all got to do that we didn't get to do, was y'all boys got to wear gloves, man. He was not letting us wear any gloves. I hated that shit.
Yeah.
Y'all know, Ox Parker, y'all know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got the worst son when Lester give them to you, because if you want nothing on special teams, you won't get no gloves.
Right, like Dre, you didn't wear gloves, did you?
No, I ain't wear gloves.
Yeah, I think gloves.
My senior year, I had a pair because I was the special teams player of the week every week, so I took pride in that with my gloves. All right, Wayne Ward, what's up, big dog? Talk to us about Coach Hype.
Hey, what's going on? The most memorable, that stands out. It goes back to that West Virginia game. I came to the sideline. Everybody beat me across the head and everything. He walked up to me. He said, "You know what? That's a hell of a hit, son. You got me kind of tingling right now. Down to my toes, got me feeling some type of way. But it was just one of those moments.
Yo, Coach Hype blocked off.
But it was just one of those moments, man. It was like, man, really? Like right now?
Oh God.
Yeah.
But Coach Hyde is one of those guys, man, that I could honestly say, with the group that we have right now, man, he really set the tone. You know, I owe him a lot.
Yeah, he did. He did. Yep. Mr. Parker, talk to us, baby.
Hey, one thing, I mean,
You're on your mute, brother. There you go. You good?
Coach Hyde is such a clown to play for, man. I mean, you didn't never know when to really take him serious, when not to. I mean, he was always joking around. You know, something I actually remember about a situation was when it actually not even football related. It was I know you guys remember the cookout at his house after spring ball.
Oh yeah.
So what this was my freshman year. Well, yeah, it would have been the end of my freshman year. So we're all over his house, and I think I went to the bathroom or something. I come out of the bathroom and he had a bottle of scotch or something. He was about to pour him a glass, and then he was like, "You 21?" I was like, "No." He was like, "Well, here, take one anyway." We actually took a shot of his scotch real quick. And came back to the rest of the party, man. I was like, "Oh man," I was like, I mean, that was Coach Hyde though, man. He was like that, man. He was, he would definitely coach you hard at times, but it was always a laid back type of approach. So always laid back.
And Coach Hyde's so nice, he ain't gonna be mad at you for that charge you just gave him from 20 years. He just gave you a charge. Oxy Pride, what's up, baby?
It is. Hey, like Park said, man, Lane said, Coach Hyde was a different dude sometimes, and it was amazing. Just how he was able just to encourage us, but then also get us on us at the same time, in the same breath. I remember this one time, Park, you were probably, and Lane, I don't know if you was in the meeting at the time when Eric, when Suge, he came in the office.
Suge Mitchell.
And he dozed off. And Coach took I think it was the eraser and threw it at him, hit him in the head. And he was like, "You don't sleep in my room. Get out my office right now. Get out." So he goes out and then he said, "Coach, Eric, he got narcolepsy." Yeah. And he said, "GD, no one told me that he had narcolepsy." And so I don't know if he ever apologized to Eric, but he went out to say, "Eric, get back here." I was like, "Oh God!" And so that's one of the moments. And then this one other time, he was telling me, he said, "Ox, sometimes you just gotta go crazy when everything going good." And y'all probably noticed when everything seemed like it was going real smooth, he just lose his mind. He'd be out there, "What are y'all doing? No. Y'all doing this, y'all ain't doing it later." And it was crazy because he said that sometimes, and I think this is my senior year when he told me that. And so, but I was like, all right, I said, I get it. But yeah, Coach, yeah, he was like I said, it was always laid back. And then because those laid back people, when they go 0 to 100, you're like, "Oh,
yeah, it's real."
It's real. Get real.
Yeah, we done something horrible. So yeah, but yeah, man, it's Coach Hyde is one in a million, man.
No doubt. Hey, and Jay, everybody know, hey, this Coach Hyde's boy right here, yo. He ain't getting no trouble, yo. Jared was coaching boy. Yo. He ain't getting no trouble. He ain't do no wrong, yo. Talk to
Man, look, I'm gonna run off of that because you remember we had to go to the board and write our grades up every week.
Yeah.
Oh, I won't there for that.
Yeah, me neither.
I went in there every week. Coach Hyde get us to write our grades up during the week. I write my grades up. He said, "Jared, you're just too good of a kid." He said, "Do you do anything to drink?" Or I was like, "No, not really, Coach. I don't do that stuff." So he said, "You know what?" He said, "You from the country now? You ever dipped before?" I was like, "No, I ain't never done that, Coach." He's like, "Here," and I remember he threw me a log of Skull Mint Bandit. He said, He said, "Here, I want you to do one of these every time we come in this meeting room."
Wow.
So, man, I did one in that meeting, and I could barely make it out of the practice. I was so I was drunk. And I was like, man, I said, Coach, I can't do this Thunder Boy. He said, no, you got to do it every time. So every week I go in there, I be sitting in the back with a Soul Mint bandit in. He loaded me up on it.
Oh, man.
But, you know, like I said, I tried to be a good dude. And Coach Height, to me, like, he always told us the truth. You know, we go play a team. He says, look, you know, I know Coach Beamer said, you know, this and that. He said, well, we're going to go out there and beat the piss out of these guys. And he would tell the truth about these teams. So that's what I respected about it. You know, anytime somebody tried to hype up something, it was like, no, we're going to get these guys. And man, we'll go out there and wear those jokers out.
Yep. That was it. Goose, what's up?
What's going on, family? Hey, y'all can see me, man. I'm old, man. I'm older than all of y'all. So
hey, Goose, man,
I don't see my face.
We know you incognito, man. We know how you get down, bro.
I'm like, hold on. I'm like, why don't I see my face? Everybody else talk. They pop up on the screen.
You got that old man.
But nah, man.
Can y'all hear me?
I got a couple of coaches. But I got two Coach Height stories for y'all, man. I guess when he was trying to get me to come to Tech, and the story about kind of what Lane said about the glove story, because I guess I started the glove stuff.
You did.
Yeah. You wore gloves.
Yeah, you did.
But he was like, well, you can't wear gloves. I was like, well, hold on, man. I said, you told me I can do this, and that. And like you told me in your story, you was like, well, we ain't got all the stuff Clemson got. But what we do got is, he said, we got a one family, one unit, one team. And I was like, well, you know what, Coach, I'll come up. So I was like, you know, but I got to visit the Penn State the next week. He's like, well, you probably won't make that visit. And unfortunately, you know, he gave me Shelly as my host. So, you know, he was out there trying to holler at everyone, wasn't even paying me no attention. So I was like, man,
you might have cut this part, Dre.
No, that's good. No, we ain't cut nothing.
I'm just saying. So Shelly was all over the place, man. But you know, that was college, man. We talk about college.
Yeah, when Ray Teller's producer in the movie, man, you cut that out, cut you.
Yeah, but you know, when I got there though, man, you know, I ran into Ox and Pools, and I think they took me over to Waverly and all those guys' houses, man, and I enjoyed myself, man. So that was like he said, man, it was like I felt family when I came there, and I didn't even take my visit to go to Penn State after that, man. I just said, you know what, I went there out of high school, so I'm just gonna wind up. I'm coming here. He was like, you serious? I said, yeah. And you know, John Boleyn all cheap. You know, I drove up on my own, and he was like, well, we got to make sure all this stuff is legitimate, you know, your mileage and all of that stuff. So I was like, Coach Height, what are you talking about? He's like, man, don't worry about it. You get your money. So besides that, man, the story about the gloves, man, when he was like, well, man, as soon as you pump that ball, you're taking them gloves off. And I was like, well, Coach, man, I don't know no other way, but you know, he let me wear the gloves, and I guess like Lane them said, I guess it trickled on down to everybody else. But I think I was like, man, I gotta have the gloves.
You changed the stick. You changed it. You changed it, Bruce. You changed it. But yeah, the one thing I did want to talk about too is some of the guys that's not on here, man. Like our boy Cullen Hawkins, one of the best fullbacks that we had at Tech, man. Good guy, man. He was a dog. Our boy Lee Suggsy Wugsy, he had the record, you know, for a minute, you know, for touchdowns in the year. Keith Burnell, I don't know where Keith at. I sent him an invite, but you know, Keith building a building or something. You know how he go. Talked about big dog Shelly Ellison, man. His son doing a good job down at Wake Forest too, man. But yeah, Shelly's in there. And you know, the Godfather, man, our dog. Our big brother, man, I think who was our leader was Big Brian Edmonds Pooms, man. God bless the dead. So we just wanted to get them out there just to let them know we thinking about them, man. And, you know, they're part of this stable too. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and give you two of my Coach Height stories. So y'all remember like on Friday nights what we used to do, you know, we used to do the little skits or whatever. They used to have the little jokes and stuff on when we eat. We had this one skit, you know, Coach Height always had the split toe flip-flops, a cup of coffee, reading the paper. So they had the man just pan down or whatever, and they get to the stall and you got these flip-flops hanging out. You open up the door, I'm smoking a cigarette, acting like Coach Height on the pot. You know, so that joke was mad funny. And, but Another thing that I remember about Coach, man. Coach always used to call me a little short shit and all that stuff, man. I'd be like, all right, Coach, man. And Coach made me one day. I fell asleep in the meeting room. Man, I woke up, all the lights was on. I go out, y'all on the practice field. I'm like, yo, I ain't just gonna leave me in the meeting room like that. Man, Coach Gentry dragged me out the practice. Then I had a Wednesday morning in the stadium. Then I had another Wednesday morning in the field house, a Sunday joint in the field house. So I got everything in 1 week, man. It is devastating. But
so me and Pagis was gone during this time, right?
No, you know what? Yeah.
Me and Pagis was gone.
No. No. Yeah, y'all might have been gone. Yeah, y'all might have been gone. Yeah. Because any other time he used to make me stand up when I was in there with y'all.
I would have woke you up. I would have woke you up before we left.
Yeah. He made everybody leave me. Hey, they wanted to. Everybody coming up to me. I thought, hey, dog, man, we tried to get you, but Coach told us to go. I'm like, man, but that was crazy. But hey, let's talk about some of the best games we had at Tech, man. And we'll just go around the room and we'll start down with Lovers. Lovers, you just tell us, the best game that you ever had at Tech. Just talk about who it was against, and whatever you want to talk about. And even if it ain't got to be your best game, it can be the best game that you were a part of.
Yeah, unfortunately, I ain't get a lot of time just due to injuries and stuff like that. I kind of fell behind. But I would say best game would be BC one time when I got in. I got a little busy. I would say for the best game I've probably been a part of, man, that's tough. I would say it would have been, matter of fact, I was hurt this time. Tore my meniscus, but I was on the sideline, was when we beat Miami for the first time at Tech.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the Sugar Bowl later on that year. Yeah. And to be honest with you, if I could just expand on that, that was probably, man, the most. I know a lot of college football players don't get to experience something like that, where we went 0-2, and then we knock off 10 straight. Yeah. And I know I've heard other guys say it, man. I truly believe that by the time we got to the Sugar Bowl, I don't think there's no school in the country could have beaten us at that particular time.
Facts.
Feel the same.
But to see that momentum, man, every single week, and the energy, going into it, and how it just builded to the point where y'all see what we did to Texas, man. That was an amazing season, man. That I know a lot of guys don't get to experience stuff like that.
No doubt. Oxy Prime, I know that you was rocking hard. I mean, you was pretty much the feature back for quite a number of years, man. I know you played in a lot of those big games. So what's the biggest game and your best moments?
Probably the biggest game that I've been a part of is probably UVA. Was that 90? Was that 95, 96? 95. When we came back on UVA and we beat them, that probably was one of the most exciting, best games I've been a part of outside of, in Charlottesville, and just the AB to cap it off at the end with with an interception. And then probably
the funny pants tried to triple.
Yes.
Funny pants.
That's the craziest thing in the world that you see on college. Like, how somebody, you would try to sticking your foot. You're a grown man.
Yo, you hot with at that point.
Yeah.
You've been in the risk it all at that point.
Yeah. And then probably the first time, and then one of the other good moments was, my freshman year, against West Virginia. D. Tom, he gets hurt. I go in my first touch, and I think I go 62 yards. Yeah. And that was the one time because all I ever wanted to do was take my helmet off, and and I'll get down there and I can't find the other buckle, and then everybody come in and hit my head. And that's another Coach Height story. I came over to onto the sideline, and he said, Yeah, you lucky you can't get that helmet. I saw you trying to get it off. You got that helmet off, you'd have been in some trouble. So then obviously my Orange Bowl, MVP when I had some big runs against them against that black defense, and unfortunately we didn't finish it, but they just kept on rolling out them jokers in the Orange Bowl. This seemed like they
was the Nebraska when Nebraska.
Yeah.
Nebraska. That ain't the Nebraska.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a total different animal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Total different animal.
So it's been some, those my 4 years there, it was just, we had some, especially, and that's the one thing a lot of people don't realize. We really went to beat 2 BCS games back to back.
Yeah.
Really, if you look at it, Sugar Bowl and Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
And so when you think about those two teams that couldn't nobody beat us in those 2 years, we were a machine, the way everything was working in those 2 years. And then you look at the end of my senior year, all the freshmen, all you guys were the national championship team.
Yeah.
So it's amazing how fast programs can turn around.
Yeah.
But
just getting back to that, hey, Ox, I'm gonna tell you, and I know y'all talked about Lane. You talked about that Miami game. I was at that Miami game.
Yeah,
me too. Me too.
And I'm gonna tell you, that's when I really first read. I tell this story to everybody. I even told him this, Ray Lewis. This when I knew Ox was the real deal, and I knew Ox was eating. Everybody was eating. I never forget this play as long as I live. This introduced me to Ray Lewis. Ox and Tyrone, I think it might have been
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. It was a cutback. It was a Billy.
He ran it. Anyway, I saw.
Look, I watched. He was in the backfield.
I'm telling you what I saw.
The ground, and then he was in on the tackle.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you what happened because you didn't see it from behind you.
Yeah.
Brian Edmonds cut him.
Yep.
And when he cut him, he went over. You broke up the sideline. When I looked up, he was wiggling, going through traffic. He made the tackle. I was like, oh, yeah, he's the real deal. Yeah. That's when I knew. I was like, yo, he put him, not only did he catch it.
Yeah, that's why he a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, that was when that introduced me to Ray Lewis right there. Mr. Parker, talk to me, brother.
Let's see, man. A couple of games that stick out. My junior year, late in the year, we had ECU at the crib. It was I remember it being real cold.
Oh, man.
Snowing a little bit.
I remember that game.
Oh, yeah. I think I came back. Yeah, that was the coldest game ever in Blacksburg. I remember that. I remember that game. I was a red shirt. I remember that game because we almost got hit by a tractor trailer coming back to the game. I remember that game. Yeah.
That one sticks out to me. The Orange Bowl that Ox talked about, we didn't close the deal, obviously, but I remember, making some plays in that game. My senior year at Rutgers, we opened up at Rutgers. I remember having a decent game that game. But the guys already spoke of some of the games that stick out. The Sugar Bowl, that comeback against Virginia. But one game that really kind of sticks out to me though. I didn't have that great of a game, maybe some things, to help the team win, but was the next year after when we beat Miami the first year at the crib, then the next year we had to go down there to beat them. And that game was kind of almost like the Big East title game. It was like whoever won that game was going to win the Big East that year. Yep. And man, that was a tough game. I just remember and talk about RIP, Keon Carpenter sealed the deal for us at that game, with pick six, man. That game was so tough. Boy, that was one of those, man, you just didn't know either way how it was going to turn out. And it just something about that game just sticks out to me, man. It was a great victory how we went down there and got that W. Great victory.
Y'all switching up on me on these on the screen, so I don't know. I'm gonna move over here to Pegues because y'all I had you in order, but I'm gonna move over to Pegues. Talk to us, Goose.
I can't even remember. My seasons, man, felt like they went by so fast. I ain't have a particular game, man. I'll say like my senior year, man, because I know Park and Ox, man, they schooled me on a whole lot, man, and watching them jokers, man, it was just a joy to hang out with them. But my senior year, the whole year felt like, with Park and Ox and them, it taught me like, man, we can go places. And so that whole year, even though the biggest game was like that Temple game, even though we lost, me and Sharon and, you know, back and forth, and we were going with them, and we both had some great yards that game, man. So that right there just built on to me knowing when I left, and I found a game when we played Alabama, we beat them, and I had seen like all the preparation and all the stuff that, you know, Park and everybody had talked about when I came there. Let's build this foundation, and that springboarded into what y'all did in '99, man. So to me, that whole season just built on what they told me when I came there to say, you know what, this is what we can build. So that even though we had some losses, I seen so much because at practice, man, we used to get our tail whipped, man. we would go from defense would beat our butt. We would go from one stadium to the next and hitting the lights, man. And that defense, Corey more than man. I was like, man, I hate practice.
Yeah, man. Yo,
it made the game so much easier. So it wasn't a game, man. It was like an everyday event, man. That compared us to what we were, and to see you guys sit back at home and watch you guys go through that '99 season made me just feel so proud that I was a part of something that made it to where it made it to. And so it wasn't a particular game; it was just that whole season and me just coming to Tech and building on something that y'all kept going.
No doubt. And to touch on that a little bit, man. Hey, it had to be, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I felt the game was easier because we ain't play no defense. It's like we practice against every day. I'm talking about, man. Yeah, you had. Exactly. I mean, you go from my freshman year. You had Steve Tate. I used to hate going against him in one-on-one linebackers. All he want to do.
Oh my God.
He had the thickest neck, the big head, man. Him. Then you had my Noose. Then you had Kerwin. I mean, you remember when they had us on the little, I remember when Jim Kavanaugh told me I was a practice dummy, act like it, when we just got to run to the cone and everybody just tee off on you. I'm sitting there like, man, are you kidding me, dog? Ain't no practice dummy. I just won AAA Player of the Year. I'm a practice dummy. But to make it long story short, yeah, it's just that, man. We played against a heck of a defense every day, so it just seemed easier in the game. So who I'm missing? Jared, talk to me, brother.
Man, I think probably my best games we lost too. Just talking about East's senior year, you know, we were talking about Temple. We just came off we beat Miami. That was the game Cullen got hurt, and I just kind of got thrown in the mix. Like, all right, you're in there, and played a whole game there, and then coming out the next week, and I think Goose and Sharon both almost had 100 yards each that Temple game, and then that was my first game start. Yeah, and then I think I might have scored one or two touchdowns that game. But that was like performance-wise, that was probably one of my better games. Is Syracuse run a long touchdown. But the one I think about most, and I still can't watch it all the way through, is that national championship game. Oh. You know, so it just looked like we were there and we were playing with them, and they just kept bringing out swarms of new players. Seemed like every series.
Clones. It was clones.
So I think about that game that was a big game for the Tech program, but that was the one that kind of sticks out of my mind, and how my thought process on what, man, that was a big game for us, and probably one of the biggest games, you know, in Tech history, getting to that national championship.
No doubt. Shy Boogie. Now I'm gonna tell you, Shy Boogie, like Shy was my running mate. You know what I'm saying? So it was like we did it by committee, and Shy Boogie was my running mate, man. I always wanted to tell you this, Shy, man. I'm like, listen, man, I swear, to this day, I'll be like, dang, I wish my dog would have been able to play longer in that national championship. Oh man! But at the same time, I was like, yo, I remember you told me when we was right there. They said you weren't going back in. You was like, let's go. I was like, yo, I got you, dog. I got you. But I always wanted to tell you, bro. It's like, dang, man, I wanted you to be a part of that thing because, like I said, you was my running mate, my back mate. So we was going in and out, man. And I just felt like, and I'm sure y'all feel the same way, that y'all felt like when the other one was doing that thing, you was their biggest cheerleader. And that's just how it was with me and Shy and me and Suggs when we were the 1-2 punch like that, you know what I mean? So I just wanted to tell you that. But go ahead, Shy, talk to us, brother.
The first game, I got a couple games. The first game gotta be, let me think. The first game gotta be Miami '98. when Ricky Hall caught the touchdown.
Yep.
The game was over in Miami, because that game was Pegues' senior year, and I almost didn't play that game. Me and Pegues were roommates. Remember, I got sick, Pegues. I don't know
man. We got food poisoning, man.
I got you with the Michael Jordan pizza.
Take you out.
Yeah, they food poisoned us down there.
I got sick. I got sick, man, and then the doctor came, gave me a shot. I went to sleep, and then I felt better. I wasn't 100%, but I felt better that I could play, and I played. And then on the plane, cramped up the whole ride back on the plane.
Worse. The worst.
Then let me see. When we played Rutgers '99 season, we were like, the starters were out by what? The end of the first quarter. It was early. Yeah, they great. Like, you got the burn, then these subs got burned. It was good to just seeing everybody play that game, and it was on national TV. It was on a Thursday night game too. So just to like see everybody have fun, and we beat them, not by 10, not by 20. Like, we beat them up, not even without our starters. Yeah, to let us know that we got enough firepower to make it to the end. No doubt. And then would have to be the national championship game. Yeah. And I remember the first series, and Jared can remember this, because I was looking at their D-line and linebackers, and we was in the huddle, and Jared looked at me and said, "You see that? They just rotated that whole front seven." I was like, I remember that. I remember that. Jared told me that, and I said, "Look," I said, "Yeah, I saw that." I said, "It's about to be a long day."
Hey, well, I'm glad. I ain't saying I'm glad, but when Tommy Parley went down, man, it gave us a little bit of break. Like, oh,
right.
Him though.
I still think even when I went down, the thing that really hurt us the most was we didn't have Ricky Hall at wide receiver. Yeah. Yep. We didn't have Ricky Hall wide receiver, and we didn't have like a veteran like safety at a defense. But we were there. We were there with Mike, the running backs, and our O-line. Yeah. And, we had a damn near 30-year-old on the other side going against the quarterback. So,
yeah, exactly. Hey, but the thing about that game though, man, like that national championship game, like when it really showed me that what they talk about experience and being there, because I'm gonna tell you, it wasn't just the players. I feel like some of the coaches, because we were doing stuff like we did a few things that we normally didn't do. Like, we're not faking no field goals. You know what I mean? We got Shane Grant. We're not going to fake no field goals. And I think we got beat in our own game. We got beat at Beamer Ball.
Let me tell you the first thing got me upset right from the goal. This is before we even snapped the ball for the kickoff or anything. And you probably remember this. We out there catching kickoffs and punt returns, right? Mm-hmm. One team is on the other 150, we on our 50. Florida State backed us up all the way to our 20. Yeah. And we about to go at it. And our people are telling us, "No, don't worry about it, just back up." We're like, hell no. What you mean don't worry about it? They supposed to be on their 50. We supposed to be on our 50.
Don't doubt. You won't pushing us around.
We're going to throw down on the national championship. We're going to throw down the national championship. You man up. You the coach. You tell them go. And not only their players, their coaches was doing the same thing.
Oh, the coaches was disrespectful, man. They ain't have no respect for us, man.
And I'm just like, where y'all nutsacks at? where y'all at right now?
Yeah. Man, it was crazy.
So you screamed on them that time when they did that jump.
Yeah. Huh? I can't hear you.
You the one that screamed on them when they came on our side.
Oh, you already know. I had that chip anyway. I had that chip on my shoulder. I'm a 5-footer. You ain't pushing us nowhere. What you mean? Us out here. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that at all. But fellas, I'm gonna tell you one thing that's a common denominator about all of us and all our previous teams that I'm not seeing today. And we're gonna talk about a little bit about today's game, but the one thing that I'm not seeing for us, every year that I knew coming up until we left, the running backs always at least had 2,000 yards rushing between us or more. Always. That was always a staple. We ran that football. And right now, I don't even seeing that production from, because like I said, Marcus Parker, Oxendine, y'all boys come in, it won't no drop off there. You're going to have similar yards. You know, with me and Shy had 1 year shot. I think Shy had 1,300. I had 700. So and Goose and Shy. That, you know, so all the different mixes and matches. And then when you threw the fullback and then you threw Mike and Al's running in, we always, you know, I think the year that we went to the Sugar Bowl, we actually was like led the nation in rushing besides
rushing. Yep.
So, and that's one thing that we ain't got back to. So I'm gonna let whoever want to start it off talk about today's host.
Well,
it is what it is.
Yeah. The biggest thing that I'm seeing is that we're not getting. You got two guys, one from my high school that's at Notre Dame right now, and then one from a school that's 10 miles from my high school in Henderson, that's at Ohio State. And, you know, those caliber running backs and the people that I don't know if we even, you know, the thing is that we haven't seen it in there. You know, all the guys that has been given production over the past couple of years has really been, it seems like they're been transferred in. They haven't been homegrown.
Yeah.
And so I'm just saying that we're not capable of recruiting those kids anymore, or we're just not going after those caliber of kids because of whatever the reason may be.
That's not understandable, bro. Because
I think we're not
at the end of the day.
I think we're not going after those kids, but also, even if I'm a top running back in the state, why would I go to Virginia Tech right now? Being that there's no qualification for a running back, a good running back to go to Virginia Tech. Yeah. So when we forget, when we were there, running backs was like a DBs at Virginia Tech. Yeah. Virginia Tech produced running backs before they produced DBs. In my mind, it was more known for running backs before they was known for DBs at the time. In my mind,
no question.
So if I'm a running back, I'm not going to Virginia Tech. I'm going to Ohio State. I'm going to Alabama. I'm going to LSU. Or I'm going to even Florida or Penn State. If you look at the last probably 5 state running backs, top ranked running backs in Virginia, they either going to Penn State, Ohio State, Notre Dame, or somewhere down south. Yep. They're not staying in state.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, we lost the state.
They're not even going to Virginia.
Yeah, we lost it. Like I'm gonna tell you, anytime that you got I looked last year. I looked at the top 100 or something for Virginia.
Yeah,
TCU, the Horned Frogs had more Virginia guys than we did.
Yeah,
we got Liberty University and them getting more guys than Virginia Tech and Virginia. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
it's a disconnect there. But go ahead.
Yeah. It's also the coach too, because
I knew that.
it's the coach, because if the coach don't recruit that area, if you're not recruiting in Virginia, and just keep it real, if you're not recruiting Salem area, the Lynchburg, Richmond, and 757, you're not winning in the state. That's where your football players are. Salem to Roanoke, Lynchburg area, 804, 757.
Yep.
And if you're not hitting those areas in Virginia, there's no way you're winning in the state, and you're not winning in your conference.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You have Pitt now, and UNC killing,
bro.
804 and 757 area, bro. Right.
Dre Bly at Carolina has got 757 on lock. But I'm gonna tell you one that's even crazy. I'm gonna give you one for it. We got at LCA Lynchburg, like these kids that I know personally, I've been grooming ever since Little League for them to come to Blacksburg. Y'all got the #1 offensive tackle in the country that's coming out next year. The #1 defensive tackle in the country coming out next year. And you know what their parents told me? Tech dropped the ball on. And the alumni got mad at me because I was pissed off, because I was saying we got this kid primed and ready, the #1 tackle, the #1 D tackle in the country. They on the strength of the love, Coach Dre, what you think? If you do your part, they come. They come.
Yeah.
You got other people that's grooming kids to come to Tech, but how do we give? Like I said, I wouldn't go to Tech right now either. I wouldn't feel comfortable turning my kid over to Tech.
But but that's what it is though. That it's almost where we are, because that was the same thing that was with one of my buddies, Bobby Butler, his son. That Florida State thought that it was a shoo-in that he was gonna come to Florida State, but they didn't do the work.
That's it.
The thing is that we've gotten to the point, I think, that kids in the state that just because you are who you are, and now you're not what you were.
Yeah.
That they're just going to come. And what has happened is that we've lost touch with these coaches in these communities because of the fact that we haven't been doing the due diligence to keep them fresh on their mind. That we're still here, because you got to show love, because what happens, these kids get on Twitter, get on all these social media, and they see love from these other schools that's coming to them. Yeah. Or these out of state coaches come in and giving them love, and we're not doing the same thing that's going to allow the presence of Virginia Tech to be in the front of their mind.
Yeah.
So so that's really the biggest part, that I think. And that's the other side, is that a lot, and unfortunately, a lot of people don't think and don't understand how great the state of Virginia and the talent that we continue to breed, and that is in NFL.
Thank you guys for watching Drake and Talk. Be on the lookout for more exclusive content. Like, share, subscribe. Drake and Talk out.